Hey everyone, Overkill's back with another video, and today we're taking a look at yet another McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 figure. This time, one of the more recent releases, Noob Saibot. Been really excited waiting to get this guy in. He's a really awesome character. I like the look of him, and I thought it'd be great to go with my Mortal Kombat collection. So I'm definitely glad it made it here, and it made it here in one piece, and it made it without being damaged. Oh, that's a plus. So what we'll do is look at the package, and we can see, I know the top's cut a little bit, but it does say Mortal Kombat 11 here. It just does say Noob Saibot. And in the window packaging, he doesn't have a whole lot, just a figure, one of his sickles, and a stand. That's it. On the side, it just has the McFarlane Toys and Mortal Kombat 11 logos. And it's kind of got a symbol for Noob here. On this side, we got a pretty cool look of the figure. Same as the back, shows him posed up with his weapon. And we do have the Mortal Kombat Dragon in the background. And it says we have 22 moving parts. So that's pretty cool. I've only had one McFarlane Toys that didn't work too good for me. It just bad articulation, or I should say bad joints and stuff on it. So other than that, they've been pretty good. So I hope that that continues on. Now we'll go ahead and take him out of his package and take a close look at him. So I got him out of the package, wanting to take a look, but before I did that, I wanted to show you the insert. I don't usually use the stands, but they're sealed down to this, and it's got the little Mortal Kombat logo. Pretty cool little background, especially if you were able to get this off without damaging the cardboard to make it look nasty. But I thought this was pretty cool insert, and I wanted to show that to you. As for the figure, we have his weapon. I wish it would have came with two, honestly, because you see that a lot with him, especially on his fatalities. You see him use two to rip people apart, but it's still pretty cool. And the only other thing is Noob Saibot himself. Now, we will do a look on the 360 turnaround too, but I want to show you a couple up close details real quick. Some of the colorations and stuff. And it looks really solid. It's a really solid looking figure. The tethered clothing and stuff. And it's that pliable type of plastic I use. And luckily none of it has set in the package and gotten kind of too gnarly. You can see it did up here, but that could actually be considered wind or whatever, you know. So that's pretty solid. I'm liking that. The articulation wise, he does have some hindrance at his shoulders. You see he has these pads up here. It allows his arms to go up. I think I can get them, that's as far as they'll go. And you see it pop back down. And then they of course go pretty well straight. It does have the upper bicep cut and the double jointed elbows. You can hear it clicking inside. He does have the ball and peg set up on the hands. I think it's just a matter of time before they start putting alternate hands in with these guys, because it's a perfect setup. But you look at his hands, if I can get that to clear up, they're really cool looking. How it's got that here. The articulation on the chest and waist I don't think is going to be much, because there's just too much there to hinder it. You can push it back, but that's probably about as far as you go. Forward, not much. And it's all, you know, he does got a lot of turn and wiggle room here, so that does make up for it. The legs split more than you would think, considering. And it has the little setup in here. You can see how it's made, but it doesn't have a upper thigh cut to help twist. It does, however, have double jointed knees. Can't get this one to turn. But it's got that kneecap that pops out to kind of hide that joint. There seems to be no calf cut, or if there is, it won't turn. And then on the foot, you know, you've got that peg and ball scenario just like the wrist, so you got pretty decent movement. And then it does have toe articulation. And he's got a little hook on the tip of his toes. So all of that's pretty cool. But that's a close-up look at him. I'll go ahead throw this guy up on the 360 turnaround and get a good look and do our final thoughts. So there he is on the 360 turnaround. You can see it's a very solid piece, and I got him kind of posed up to go into combat. And I'm loving the little sickle. I think it would have worked really great with two. And maybe you can find one on the aftermarket or eBay or something. But just some of the details on the armor and the tethered rags and stuff really showcases the character, I think. And you got the little subtle hints of brown, silver, and gold mixed in. A little bit of gold on the mask. And if you know the character, you know he's a dark character. He lives in the shadows. And that's all of his attacks are shadow attacks. And he can, if you learn them good, you can spam a lot of his special moves. So just a really solid figure and a really solid character. He's one of my go-tos, especially Mortal Kombat 11. Since some of my main favorites aren't in it, he ended up being one of my main go-tos in it. And I've got him down fairly decent. I'm by no means an expert, but I really like using them. And if you ever want to see any of that footage, you can obviously hit up my gaming channel, you know, up here at Overkill 48 Gaming. And, you know, I do live streams sometimes. I've got all the fatality lists and stuff for Mortal Kombat 11. So it's all stuff that'd be really cool to look at if you're interested in that. But as far as finishing this figure up, getting their final thoughts, I'll say that it's a solid figure. It seems like the joints work good. So I'm thinking so far, I just had one that didn't want to work good. And maybe I jumped the gun thinking that McFarlane might not be for me. I'm really enjoying the Mortal Kombat line. It is my go-to line for McFarlane. I don't get any other stuff from them, but I'm glad to be dipping into this one. This is, I think, my 4th figure so far, and I have another coming soon. So be on the lookout for it as well. You know, solid paint apps, solid look, just everything all around good. Not going to complain. Once again, this was the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Noob Saibot. Thank you all for watching. Till next time, I bid you farewell.